What is going on, all-terrain nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these bad mother effing Fords that we all like to drive, this is your all-terrain nation with Ford Talk Live, presented by White Knuckle Off-Road Products. And all they want you to do is go over to their website, click. Well, first, I guess you got to type things first, but you go over there, you type however you do. You know, some people use one finger, some people do the proper keyboard technique. I don't know what you do, how you do it, but go check them out. That's all they ask. They think you're going to like their product and maybe purchase it. And that's all. That's all they ask for. And I get nothing from it. There's no kickbacks from me on it. And they're with us till the end of the year. So there you go. What is going on, Allie?
Not much over here.
It's so bright over there today.
No.
Like normally you're like it's like that scary cat lady like darkness where just the monitor of the screen comes through.
No promises of how quiet it's gonna be over here.
That's all right. Well, Squeaky's over there.
Maya's doing fantastic. Here's your Maya update. She's being a freaking psycho.
Well, you know, she was probably taught that way from you, I'm assuming.
Well, and I think she has so much like built up energy that she just doesn't know what to do with herself. So it's all good over here.
And you're gone probably what, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So
today was 12 and a half.
Nice.
8 o'clock.
Getting to the end of the year, companies are spending that last little bit of money they need to get rid of. People are buying Christmas presents, maybe cars.
Oh, I wish. No, Mondays and Thursdays we're just there from 8:30 to 8.
Really?
Yeah.
What's is Labor Day still a good time for buying cars and all that? I remember when I worked for Toyota, it was, I forget which is the first Memorial Day. I remember we sold like 20 cars one day, and it was like at the time. Now I'm old, so this is 1989. We sold 20 cars that day, and it was like a record for them of like, man, this is our weekend to really kick ass. And I was like, I was washing detailing cars back then, so that was my first job.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I guess, like, the past 4 years don't really count, because it's like, if you can find what you want, just buy it, because it's gonna be gone in 30 seconds. Like,
yeah, rules have changed.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different from when I first started.
Well, already I've offended the cat community, the cat lady community. Unbridled Bronco just there is like, hey Dave, don't be dogging on the cat ladies. Sorry, cat ladies and cat men, or cats, whatever you go by. Sorry. Kelly is if you're asking, Kelly is on the injured reserve list right now. She's with my Bengals. They're on the injured reserve list, it seems like. And her back went out, along with she's had some hip problems. She's falling apart on me. I wish I could do some aftermarket upgrades. I think, maybe I don't want to give her a lift because then she'll be way taller than me. But no, we'll just throw in some new factory parts in there and make Kelly feel better. But cheers to Kelly.
Love her, miss her.
Yeah, she's grumpy bear right now, and that's my position in this household. So
that's okay.
I walked. It's funny is I was up here getting ready for the show, and I brought home some barbecue and stuff, and she already was laying in bed just mad that she didn't feel good, and I was up here working, and I went back downstairs, and she's just standing over the stove and refrigerator, just like a zombie, just like not moving. I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was like she just was still. And I was like, did somebody put pause mode on? What are we, real life gaming here? What's going on? And that's how bad, like, I had to help her get to the bed, and it's a whole mess. And honestly, hope boss gets feeling better. I do too. I haven't had to run everything over here in a long time. So tonight I want to get into this will be our last show of the year, guys. So just prepare. I put it in the show notes. What is it? January 2nd, which is a Tuesday night. We'll come back, and then we'll go back to normal Monday nights. But I didn't figure anybody wanted to be here for the hangover of New Year's Day. So I figured maybe the next day. But I figured let's give everybody a break. We got holiday parties and all that kind of fun. So we'll do that. So just mark it on your calendar. Be sure to come back though, please. I'm sure I'll have some videos from here and there. And speaking of videos, Allie, I guess it was the 1st November I put this video out where I heard through the rumor mill that production for the Ranger wasn't going to kick in for quite a while. And it's always funny, man, because I've done this for a long time and I always get doubters. They'll be like, you don't know what you're talking about, this and that. And there were some early VINs for the Ranger and Ranger Raptors that were all excited. Oh, we're going to get September. They're going to start building them. And Ally's always told me privately, you were like, they might build 2 this year. Just so they can say they built them. But I have heard they've built 300 Rangers. So if you're one of the lucky 300, you're still not going to see it for a while. But then Ford Authority
That
came
is
out
gonna be
today.
stuck in quality.
Yeah. Yes, I love the email, and I'm going to pull that up because I don't know. It's kind of funny. I'm happy they did something because I think they've learned their lesson with Bronco that time. But let's pull this up. So these emails started going out that the new Ranger is one of our top priorities. Well, I've heard this before with the Mustang. I think Aly was through with me over a Mustang because for 2 months my Mustang was built, but it didn't ship. They moved it a lot, but it didn't ship. And at least what's funny is
to be honest, I am surprised there weren't more miles on it, which just means it was trailered from spot to spot, which is not always a bad thing.
I think it was under 20 miles still. Yeah, I was surprised it didn't have more on it. But this is the email that come out that says, your new Ranger is one of our top priorities. The recent UAW strike impacted production at the Ford, Michigan assembly plant, where the Ranger truck lineup is assembled. As the plant resumes production, our focus is on assembling with the highest quality. We expect to begin shipping the new Rangers and Ranger Raptor trucks the first quarter of 2024, and we appreciate your patience and understanding. Now, there's a lot from what I've seen of this. There's a lot of people that have zero understanding of this. We've talked about this many times of that Amazon culture of, oh, I'm just going to get my truck. Oh, look, I got a VIN date. Like that's the tracking number that means, oh, they're going to bring it right to my house. But that's not what that means, everybody. And if you've been waiting on a Ranger or a Ranger Raptor, sadly, you're going to be waiting for a while. And it looked like even Bronco, first of the year, Bronco production was just going to be Raptors and Heritage editions. And that's their priority to get those out.
I have all of mine.
Oh, really?
Every build that I have in the system, I want to say I have like 14.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are scheduled for the first week of January. Like first 2 weeks of January. So I can't say all of them, but I mean, the last week, we now have 12 Broncos, like, in stock. Like, in stock, retail orders, order type 2. Like, it's crazy.
Come kick the tires, everybody, and see Aly for a new Bronco.
Don't kick the tires. Just come buy the Broncos.
Buy the tires and the metal. Well, that's great. I mean, when y'all order stuff, do you kind of order a range of stuff? Or I know it's hard for you guys because it's not like you order like 5 of them. They all 5 show up, so you can have a variety. But do you have a variety of them?
We have a little bit of everything right now, which is really nice. I built most of them, so I'm super proud over them. But yeah, because everything that we had coming in was like tagged, sold, like ordered for another customer. So it's just one of those things that, like, it's just nice to actually have units available again. And I know some dealers have had them, but I don't know how you're selling them because, like, everything that we had coming in, like, was pre-tagged. Like, there was literally nothing. Like, I don't know if they're above MSRP or, like, what the deal is. Like, if you're sitting on a Bronco, it's for a reason.
Right.
So it's just interesting.
Well, still no rebates or anything. I know on Broncos, so don't expect to get a deal on them.
Yeah, no rebates, no X plan. Yeah, there's no like discounted interest rate or anything like that. So like outside financing or through Ford if your dealer's making you. So
yeah, how accurate is the Ford vehicle order tracker? I think you could roll a dice and it would be more accurate than the tracker. And it's not for Ford's doing really. It's just
really just depends.
Yeah, I know Aly's talked about she's had them built in a day and delivered, and then some people can have them built and then they just sit there forever.
I literally had one within 18 hours.
So yeah, the tracker. I mean, when we got our Bronco, now we were 2021 with ours, so it was still a little iffy. I think ours was scheduled to be delivered. Well, see, ours was built October 28th, and it was scheduled to be delivered like the 18th, I believe. Then they pushed it back a week. Then it went forward a week. Then it went back a week, and then we ended up getting it when we were supposed to. So I don't know. And then I've heard people that they go past their tracker, and then sometimes they show up before the tracker even says. Mine never showed that it was delivered. We literally bought our vehicle and had it a day or so before the Ford tracker even said, "Oh, it's at."
Oh, I have a truck right now that still says it's in the plant.
Really?
Yeah.
So if
it's
that
just one of those things.
If that helps at all, you can contact too. And don't, I always tell you this, even before Aly was on the show, I used to tell you guys, don't bug. You can ask your salespeople every so often, but don't every day.
I cannot track your vehicle for you.
Yeah. They can get a rough idea, but they pass that. They just like, yeah, it says probably the same thing your tracker says.
Yeah. AZ plan is for active and retired Ford employees. And then who also gets that is your mom, dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, niece, or nephew.
Good.
Everyone but cousins.
That's right. Good to know.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've got relationship that work for Ford.
Yes.
And then don't expect you don't get that plan on everything, by the way. That is just a select vehicles.
It's select vehicles, and honestly, it depends on your dealer. Some dealers accept them, some dealers don't. A dealer does not have to accept it.
Really? So and what benefit would that be for a dealership to not? I mean, obviously they can make more money selling the vehicle without plan, but is there penalties or anything for not selling to maybe a Ford employee?
They're gonna burn you.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be like word of mouth, honestly. I mean, and it's really hard working in Metro Detroit because we're in the heart of the big three. Like, everyone I'm selling to 99% of the time is a Ford worker or has a friend or has a family member or has someone who knows someone. Or like another thing is like the Ford Friends and Family plan. There's a partner plan with that. McDonald's gets it. Arby's gets it. U of M gets it. So it's like, most likely you have a discount somewhere. We just have to find it. And it cuts the pricing, and it's just like, no.
How many people from Arby's can afford a
Hey, we have an Arby's right in front of our dealership, and 3 of them have bought cars.
Well, that's awesome.
Because we go down for mozzarella sticks.
Oh, I see. There's a trade-off.
Mozzarella absolutely. Sticks. And Bronco Dude, you're welcome. I know everybody is super excited about this.
Talk about that just for a second, and I'll get these welcomes ready. About what do you guys have going on?
So I'm obsessed with Bronco Off-Roadeo. There's no hiding this. I met Mike Clouds first for dealer preview, and I had never off-road before. I didn't know what a locker was. I literally knew nothing. The most off-roading I've done is donuts in my truck. Like, that is it. So everybody, it kind of just baffles me of like how many people don't know about Bronco Off-Roadeo because their dealer doesn't tell them. So there's been a couple events that people have been like, well, I really want to go. Like, how do I sign up? What do I do? Like, I don't want to go by myself. And I had a couple customers say the same thing. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. We're going. So I messaged Amy. She got me in contact with some people. And we are having a Michigan Bronco Club day all to ourselves. Awesome. No, you don't have to be from Michigan. We have people from Illinois. We have people from Ohio and Canada coming. But there's 32 spots. I think we're at like 27-ish, give or take 1 or 2. But yeah, I have partnered up with them to just get everyone together so they're not nervous to go down, that they know somebody. And we get to do an experience for a day, and it's going to be super fun. I'm excited.
Well, getting away from cold Michigan would be fun enough, I think, right?
Yeah, I get to be away from here for like 38 to 40 hours, and I'm pumped. Because I'm flying in and flying back out. Unfortunately, she has meds I got to do. So I'm also a control freak. that I really only trust my mom with her at this point.
Yeah.
Because she's the one that's been like helping me and stuff. But as you guys can see, she does feel better.
She's smiling.
Yeah, she's doing pretty good. But no, it's great. I've got a lot of thank yous. I got a lot of things. It's just like I know how much fun I had. So I just want everyone to have a ton of fun with it. And if you can't go, I'm sorry. I don't know if we'll do another one just because.
Might be fun to do one in Utah or somewhere else.
I would love to do one in Moab. And I could probably contact Melissa for that. But
and we have some news with Moab with the event. Safari looks like it's back on in a different location.
Yeah, I saw that.
So let's do this real quick or I'll get in trouble. Let's see. Steve P from Phoenix. Steve P says he's going to have to catch up tomorrow. He's working tonight. Well, Steve, welcome in. We do appreciate anybody that just rewatches. We understand Monday nights don't always. They're footballing right now that my Bengals are losing the last I checked. So, yeah, I get it. There's Monday nights are tough for everybody, but we do appreciate that. We got Bryce in the house. We got Zach in the house. Eric Jefferson is in the house. He's talking about that email that everybody's getting right now that I'm sure he's got some customers that are like, hey, where is my Raptor? And we got Jeffrey Babb in the house. Jack Evans is in the house. We've got Miss Laura from Altione Ford. If I said that right, please don't beat me. Ragnacon, the great and powerful Ragnacon is in the house. So if you guys don't know who Ragnacon is when we brag about him, go over to Bronco Nation's forum. He's always posting up there great information. Has a YouTube channel as well, and he just posted something new. I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you don't want to go check his channel out. Mark King, the great and powerful Mark King, is in the house, who I'm already recruiting to help me do my suspension lift, and it hasn't even shown up yet. So, Mark, you've been recruited. The one and only Matt Porter, Mr. Ink Master himself, is in the house, and I seen Matt. Matt must have a new Instagram channel or Instagram page because I seen him doing a lot of off-roading and he friended us over there. We appreciate that. Michael Nice is in the house. He said, question number 1, will Dave have a survey tonight? No, Dave, there is no surveys tonight because we're going to look back. Brian Johnson, my brother from Cincinnati there, said score is 7-7, but I know it's 14-7 right now. Let's see. Honest is in the house, and Honest is accepting donations for his down payment of his 2024 Ranger Raptor. And Honest is we've been keeping it up together. We've been trying to see. I think Honest might actually get his before me. We never know. I'm not going to lay bets just yet, but I'm hoping to see ours. Within the first quarter. I like how Aly they said that too. The first quarter, which the quarter is like 3 months, man. Like that's a long time of. When we can start delivering them, and it would be a bummer to you wouldn't get yours till what, late March.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you this is gonna get dragged out.
Oh yeah, people are
gonna be waiting until like January 1st, be like, where's my Raptor? It's not coming.
Yeah, Maki fan is in the house. Let's see, Bronco dude giving us the what's going on sign. The original moderator Frank B is in the house. Let's see, Michael Cooper. Gia Hogue is in the house. Gia, we haven't seen your partner in a while. I don't know where she's been. She must be driving her Bronco all over the place. Let's see. Bob Masters is in the house. Let's see. This goes better when Kelly can read these and I can just pay attention to other things. I did say hi to Jess. We will see Jess this weekend because we're doing a if you're in the Middle Tennessee area, we're doing a well, we're not. We're just participating in it. It's a toy drive for the children. Going to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. All the toys we collect will. And a friend that I took on a press trip one time, he's organizing it. And he was a Nissan guy. Now he's a Toyota guy. And I keep trying to convert him to be a Bronco guy. So maybe if a few Broncos show up, we can tease him and show him how cool they are. Because his Toyota broke down at Windrock. He had no brakes. That's not a place you don't. Yeah, that's not a place you don't want brakes. Randy Hughes is in the house. Let's see. Valley Dude 5000. Bronco Dude. Once again, Bob Masters. Let's see. To Explore Videos went to get an inspection on his 2023 RAV4 and found some wiring possibly chewed by rodents. Hence why the previous attempt Computer timed out. I guess he's talking to somebody in there. So, but guys in the house, we have royalty, Allie. We have 4 video guys in the house.
Yes, we do. I saw that.
Mr. Tim Bartz is in the house. So, Tim, we say hi and thank you for joining in. Tim is a madman. He generally in this channel, and then he's doing like 16 hours of videos, it seems like, each week. So Tim's working his tail off, and probably the best channel out there for just, if you want facts, he's just going to lay out the facts. Sometimes he offers a little opinion, but he's just going to nail you with facts. And
I had 2 of my customers bring up his video. They're like, have you ever heard of this guy? I'm like, actually, I've got to hang out with him a few times.
TN Cone Monkey's in the house. He says he took his Bronco to Gatlinburg last week. The weather was beautiful. I heard that. I heard that it's been pretty nice over there. Let's see. Through Broken Lizard 03 is in the house. Let's see. Nelazar is in the house. What are your New Year's resolutions in the car world? Quit buying so many cars. That would be mine. Kelly was going to kill me. I was going to buy, I don't know if you know what these are, Allie, but you know what K trucks are?
No.
These tiny little pickup trucks. You probably don't, because Ford doesn't make any. But you can import them from Japan, and they're about the size of a 4-door side-by-side. And I was going to buy one, and well, you guys realized what I spent my money on last week, that hard top and some parts for her Bronco. So, yep. Mobile says 23 was poop. Okay. Let's see. No bananas, sir. There are no bananas in this room. I apologize. We're meat eaters here. We're not fruit eaters. Let's see. Any others? Kenneth Finley, Bengals touchdown. I appreciate that update. Let me know.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see. Jack Evans.
I know that you're avoiding something.
What am I avoiding? I don't know what you're talking about.
That Michigan is Big Ten champs. Yeah, we are.
Who is Michigan?
Exactly. You're ignoring it. I get it. You're jealous.
No, not at all.
Yes,
not at all. I do feel like my team should have been up there a little bit higher, but
I'm not gonna lie. I think Florida got robbed.
Oh, Florida 100% got robbed.
That's BS.
I hate to do this, but I will.
Huh? Rude. It's not playing.
Can they hear it? Hopefully.
I don't know if I can't hear it.
All right. I can't do all 2 minutes of that. I apologize, but that's about as much Michigan love as you're going to get from me. I did post on my personal Facebook page because I know I have a lot of Michigan people from this show and stuff on there, and I did post "Go Alabama" because I can't.
Honestly, sorry. I do think the Alabama-Michigan game will be really good. I mean, I don't know.
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, as long as they're all good games, but I can't. I'm not one of these guys that go, "Hey, it's for you got to root for the Big Ten or you got to do that." No, I just root for Ohio State and that's it. I'm like the SEC down here in Alley is ridiculous. I don't care if it's the worst school in the division. If they somehow got to play in a national championship, they would all think it was their national championship. You're like, no, root for your freaking team, and that's it. It's not a conference thing. It's just like if my Bengals don't go to the Super Bowl, I'm not like going, oh man, who's in their division that I can root for? No. Though I am polling, if my Bengals can't go, I want to see the Lions go or the 49ers. That's the two. I don't care on the other side. So preferably
I'm
the Lions.
Excited to see what the Lions do this year.
They better roar. Is what I'm saying. They better roar. Matt Porter coming in hot with $5 says after watching the replay from last week, I thought I spent a lot for my Bronco Christmas. Well done, sir. Well, no, it was not well done because I'm still feeling the hurt of that. So there'll be no Christmas for the kids. They can go look at the Bronco and be like, oh, cool. That's what mom and dad got. I'm kidding. But no, like I don't mind doing that every once in a while because for one, Kelly will not buy herself anything. She's just one of those people that she's a true mom, you know, going to
I
make sure
have
the
no
family's taken care
control.
of. You
I
what?
don't have a Christmas list because I literally just buy whatever the fuck I want.
Well, and that's kind of me. Like all through the year, I don't, you know, we're not wealthy by any means, you know, but that and we really anything like she said before, if it's over $100, kind of go like, hey, do we need this? We'll both kind of talk to each other, but no, I don't really need anything anymore. So
Yeah, my problem is like I'm not gonna ask someone for it, but I don't have someone to like. I don't have a significant other to buy it for me, so I just treat myself every day.
yeah. Oh man, that reminds me. I gotta find this real
Every
quick.
day.
What you just said is amazing.
Okay, I think we're officially full for Bronco Off-Roadeo.
Really?
Holy shoot. Well, I had one person drop off, and now I have 2 people added, and I'm still waiting on 4. I think we're full.
Well,
My anxiety is so high over this.
do what?
Said my anxiety is so high over this.
Once a year, Donna and I spend a day treating ourselves. What do we treat ourselves to?
Clothes,
Treat yourself.
fragrances,
Treat yourself.
massages,
Treat yourself.
Sorry, when you said that, I was like, I love that damn TV show. Yeah, it's a whole treat yourself.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
like I said, you seem to worry about, you know, you got vet bills right now, and you have this house you pay. Like I couldn't do what you do by myself. If I didn't have Kelly, financially, I'd be in a gutter somewhere, basically with a cardboard box over my head. Like
I'll tell you right now, it's not fun.
when I was single, I used to stupidly just blow my money on everything and be like, oh shit, I got a house payment, or I got
Yeah,
well, time to work overtime.
Yeah, it's not fun. Like sometimes it's like one of those things I think about. I'm like, it'd be super nice to have someone help me with like the bills and stuff. But yeah, I just literally buy whatever I want. So
Well,
it's
looks
fine.
like I know honest text me and was like Alabama, and I was like, dude, come on. But I only say Alabama because I know all the UT fans down here, the Tennessee fans, they'll get all pissed off. Dave, do you want to share a booth at Super Cel Tennessee? Ford Video Guy. Tim, if we can make sure your booth's next to ours. Honestly, they're stupid cheap. Like that's something Tom does really well. He doesn't rip up the vendors, and because usually Diabolical, well, not usually, last year Diabolical paid for us to be there, and I would presume it's that way again this year. But if not, you're welcome to come to my booth, man. Like you don't have to. You're coming from a long distance, man. You're our guest here in Tennessee. I kept trying to get Aly last year to bring her Bronco over, but she was going on too many rides.
I probably won't be doing too many rides this year because of Maya. We'll have to see what happens with that.
Yeah. Well,
so
but that's what a great segue that it's like he knows what I wanted to talk about today. We'll start with Super Cel last year, and I'm gonna find my.
Can I just say how excited I am for Super Cel? My cabin's already booked.
134 days till Super Cel.
So
yeah, no, I am too, because it's always it's a good kickoff here. The weather's usually pretty nice here in Middle
Tennessee. Nice the
Tennessee.
last 2 years I've gone. 2 years, 3 years, 2 years.
Well, the first year we did, it just rained, man. It was weird. It was a weird, just rainy season, so that kind of sucked. But no, Super Cel is last year was great. It was a great bunch of personalities. The vendors really turned out. They were even more than like each year. I've just noticed it just gets more and more and more vendors are showing up, which obviously they want to do business with you, so it's it's in their best interest to do that. But I just like that for one, they're supporting Tom, because this is what Tom and him between this and the Bronco magazine that he does, that's all they do. So I would like to see his family prosper from that a little bit. Not that I don't think they're getting wealthy there, but they're doing 4 of these things now. So the kickoff for the 2024 year will be, what is it, April 10th, something like that, somewhere in there.
17th.
Somewhere here, I'll look it up real quick. Let's see, Bronco driver.
And this, I can't even do it. And this lovely little poster is going all y'all stickers.
Oh, I see. I was teasing it last year or last week, and now he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was like, hey, what's going on there, Aly? Oh, I can't
Yeah.
talk about it.
We got projects. The chair is hiding the projects and all of my Christmas presents. They're literally like piled high, and I just have them shoved against the wall right now. So, yeah.
Let's see. Super Cel. So we will kick this off. Bronco Driver Super Cel. And you can go over to Bronco Driver Magazine or .com and has this up there as well. But Super Celebration in Townsand Visitor Center is April 17th through 20th. So you get a bunch of time, man. It's pretty good. I will say Saturdays you would think would be busier than they are, but it's starting to kind of wind down by noon because they're doing rides and stuff. And I know Bronco Nation did some stuff last year. But Friday is the day to come, I think. For me, it's the most people there, or in my impression, it seems like the most people there. But
Yeah, I think Friday and Saturday are always the biggest. Like,
hey, Tim Bartz, email me, and we had talked about doing a live podcast from the event. So definitely we'll get your Bronco in the back. We'll do some fun. We'll have some fun with it. So definitely email me on that, and we'll coordinate that a little bit better. Because Ally's the one that's hardest to tie down. Honestly, it's hard to like. I think we have one selfie with you, and that's it. And it was like, oh, there was Aly. See you later.
I know. I don't know. I just have so much fun, and I love meeting everybody. And I feel like I'm getting pulled in 500 different directions at like any given time.
Yeah, 100%. Well, good. We'll get some. We'll get some of those publicity shots of Aly, and she can autograph.
So the first year I went, it was hilarious because my mom kind of knew and like saw my social media kind of growing, and like I wasn't trying at that point. I was just posting because I mean a lot of the draw was the Bronco, and I had mine in October, so people were freaking out. And I think the people that like always commented were always commenting about like Maya and stuff. And so when my mom went with me and we brought her there, she's like, how many people know your dog? I'm like, a lot. See how famous. Yes, I go. But no, it's super fun. I'm mostly like driving or in Bronco Nations or just walking around.
Yeah, and Bronco Nation has a nice corral they do. It's pretty easy to set up. You want to do lunches and stuff like that.
I am trying so hard to get Michigan Bronco Club in Bronco Nation, so like that's where we'll be.
It's fitting. It's fitting that you guys should be the home club for them. But the Super Cel. So we went last year. We partnered with Diabolical Inc., who Alan's been on the show many times, and Alan's become a good friend to us.
He's so nice.
He does the slipstreams for the backup, and it's a security enclosure, which I definitely need now that we have a hardtop coming, because I do plan, the hardtop not being on the vehicle some. Because for one, I'm so jealous of the hardtop people because I love the roll bar look of it riding down the road. And I'm like, well, I've got that accordion looking thing sitting on the back of mine when I throw the soft top all the way back. So I assume I'll be running topless there in Townsend unless it's raining. But the slipstream enclosure there, he was showcasing that a little bit. He had some other parts he was showcasing, and once again, I think we will be partnering on that area. But there's like our friends with Driven Wild Outdoors, Dwayne and Becky and his son were all there walking around interviewing people. There was Matt Porter was there. They had a tent with Evil Bronco.
Hey, I tried running you over.
I forget. But yeah, and then if there's a windstorm, you never know where you're going to end up. Your tent's going to be. Like ours went into a vintage Bronco that they were not very happy about. But we do some shirts and stuff like that. I'm trying to come up with some specific event shirts for that will have their hats. These hats and stuff will be there. But we try to do a little bit to offset some costs to that. But Kelly and I will be there. I believe it's Wednesday. I forget. Load in might be Tuesday. I never can remember. But we'll be there from load in till basically Sunday. So and we've talked about trying to do a private gathering somewhere too. So that might be fun.
Yeah.
But Super Cel, this is a family atmosphere, and each year, like last year was so much fun, like because we're starting to get to know vendors and other people there, and like, hey Dave, what's going on, and we check in with each other. And I think that's for me the best Bronco event that I've seen, probably past Woodward, which isn't a Bronco event per se, but there's such a good community atmosphere up there with the Michigan Broncos that everybody's a tight knit group, and so to me, Super Cel East is probably the best version of that.
Yeah.
But you can see all kinds of cool modifications. If you haven't gotten your Bronco yet, and clearly Aly said earlier she has like a few of them sitting there, so you have no reason to not get a Bronco right now.
I have 12.
But
come by.
but
them.
if you pick you one up, a lot of times I know IAG was installing the parts on your vehicle. Now a lot of things they do
that
you
was
can install
awesome.
yourself in minutes, but they had parts that I wouldn't personally as a vendor install there. They were installing, and they had like a little NASCAR pit crew. You rolled your vehicle in.
Yeah, I want to say they had like 6 employees just like constantly running and like
Yeah.
putting parts on cars. Like
You just
I
hear
think
the air wrenches.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, that was a great deal. I know some of the other vendors were doing that as well. I think Alan with Diabolical installed a few. I think he had one customer that was just like, I'll buy, but like all weekend was just, but. And finally, I think the guy negotiated to get Alan to install his Slipstream, his Bronco, and he would buy it. So, but Alan's funny too. He does this little happy dance when people buy something from him. So if you want to make Alan happy, buy something from him, he'll dance. But the Bronco drive, that was April for us, and that just kind of kicked off my year of Ford, because this is a Ford event, and we right after that, me and Kelly were invited to Michigan, and we got to play around with the Ranger, the Ford Ranger. We were invited to the press event on that. Ford flew us up for the basically 12 hours. Ford is not all the manufacturers that will fly us on press trips. And a lot of times what they do is they'll buy your flight and pay for your hotel room, and they show you the product, and that's it. And they give you kind of wine and dine you. Ford does not wine and dine you. They're like, all right, you saw it. You're right back at the airport, which is, that's how I like to operate. But yeah, but they brought us into Michigan. We drove basically past Brighton Ford on where they were doing the presentation for this thing. They had Ranger School, I believe they called it. And we got to see the STX, the XL STX. It's STX, right? I always get that mixed up. I always want to call it SXT, but it's STX. We got to see the Lariat in the 2.7 liter and the XLT in chromed out version, and a more off-roady FX4 version, and was very impressed with that. And then the creme de la creme was I finally got to see two Ranger Raptors actually in person, and I knew I wanted that truck. And Ford isn't bringing a journalist in there to buy a vehicle, trust me, but I knew that for off-roading reasons I wanted that truck when I saw the Australian version launch. But once I got to see it, Aly, it was not good for basically you, because then I was going like, Aly, when can I order?
Who told you to come up to Bronco Takeover at the Sand Dunes?
No, I know 100%. But this is the version that I got to basically do whatever I wanted to. They set up a time, and you get to see the vehicle, and that is one version of that could happen. We're playing a game right now of like, it could be one color or the other. I like this color. I don't dislike the other color. Yeah, I think this is fun. I think this would have been fun with the Mustang, but you're playing with $100,000 a car this way too, and it's like, I'm sure the dealership's like, no, that's not fun for us.
Yeah, it's either going to be Shelter Green or Azure Gray.
Which we did a review on the Azure Gray, and they had the Shelter Green, but somebody else was all over it when it was my turn to get to film with it, and it's gonna be fun. Now I know with Toyota just dropping the new Tacoma, they actually be in dealerships this December. It's kind of a bummer that this truck was shown so early in last year, but yet we have to wait. Now Toyota doesn't deal with the union, so there was that problems. There's just been delay problems. Is what it is, but I'll be excited for this vehicle whenever it pops in, and I can't wait to do donuts, because this press trip led me into another press trip, Aly, of where me and Kelly got to go to Las Vegas, and we got to experience we were literally the first people to get to experience the Raptor Valley. So Ford flew us out there with a hand of full of a few influencers and journalists. And we got to drive these things, and you guys know, and I know I've talked to Aly about it. I've never been like super impressed with the Bronco Raptor. I like it, I understand it, but I've never been like, oh my god, I have to have that vehicle. And I know, Aly, you got to get in. You had a customer get one early on, and you got to go gas it up or something. And you were like, "This thing's badass."
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
That was a white one, if I remember right. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And I know you were all about it. Like, man, I've got to order, because you kept telling us privately. You're like, "Do I order it? Do I not?" And probably if you'd ordered it when you first wanted it, you could have been affordable for you.
Oh, I did order one when it was affordable, but my manager never put my last name on it, so I never got price protection. So
that sucks.
went up $13,500.
Yep. And it's not justifiable, but Ford was tired of dealerships making all that money, so they were like, "Hey, we'll take some of that."
That's exactly what they did.
But after driving, especially so getting to see this, I got to sit in this thing, got to start it up. Technically we weren't supposed to rev it because nothing was finalized with it's a prototype vehicle that we were still in, but it is on for me because I love the size of a truck. I just think they're fun. Trucks are practical. I love our Bronco to death. Trust me, I wouldn't have ordered it if I didn't want it, but I'm a truck guy and I cannot wait to take this thing out. The only bummer for me for the reveal was that they didn't offer a 35-inch tire package.
Yeah.
Which I think they will down the road. I think let's get this thing out, and then I think they'll do a R version of this thing. I don't have anything to base that on, just other than how Ford seems to operate. But if they did this in the 3.5 with 35s on it, that would be a bad mother effer of a truck. But I went to Las Vegas and kind of fell in love with the Bronco Raptor, and it's once again. I mean, I can be balanced and honest about my reviews of these vehicles, but seeing it in the desert, like where we are on the East Coast, I don't see that it's practical. But when you got to play with one in the desert, and Aly, that's the one you should set up with Michigan Bronco somehow, and you sneak into that one, because when you're out there in the desert and you're climbing over
everyone has to have Raptors. They're going to be strict on that.
Hey, I'm impressed. But we were running over big rocks. I'm talking like bigger than softball sized rocks at 65 mile an hour. Like, I was like, okay, I knew what the vehicle was like, but experiencing like that was, damn, I would love to live in that desert atmosphere just to be able to do what that thing does.
Yeah.
How has the Raptor been for you guys this year? I mean, I'm assuming you sold quite a few of them.
Yeah, all of our allocation is spoken for.
Yeah. What was the popular color on yours?
We've had a little bit of everything, to be honest. They've all been a little different.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I would have suspected like the code orange or something would have been the popular color.
We only had one code orange, 2 cactus gray, black, white, 2 azure gray. I'm missing 2. Yeah, we've had a lot come through. Yeah.
I will say, when I got to see the code orange package that they were going to do on the Raptors, and I must say that, right, dog.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Finally, they offered painted fenders. The graphics package is a little more
for
fun.
24.
Yeah, it's but we got to experience that a little bit in person. It's really nice. Seeing the fenders match the vehicle is going to be nice. I still think the fenders are too big, but clearly they're when jumping these things, you understand why they're so big. And
yeah,
did get to that. I did see that a couple people have wrecked them since I left that area, but that's a bummer. For hopefully they got the insurance.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
And hopefully your people are going down there, get the insurance.
I know we'll have to talk to everybody about that, because it's definitely something that I think is a must. But then again, like, you're the one driving it, you're responsible. Like, just know if you wreck the car, like, it's 100% on you. Like, yeah. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. No, and then let's see, I guess it was May's when we ordered our Mustang from you, Aly. And that was fun because that was a surprise, because I don't think you were even expecting it.
No, I thought you were joking.
No, because you told me, hey, you can order them this date or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a couple days before you could do it, and I told Kelly, she was downstairs, and I said, "Hey, come up here, let's do that. Let's build and price one of these things." And she thought I was just talking about for a video, and she hesitated to come up here. She's like, "I don't want to do this video." And well, no. And I said, "Okay, now send that to Aly." And she just kind of looked at me like, "What? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to experience the last V8 of that car, or in my mind, what will be the last GT that you can get with a V8." And yeah, so we did. And waited, and it was, I think August, end of August is when we were able to pick ours up
Yeah.
somewhere there. And what a fun trip that was, flying up to Michigan, knowing that you're coming back with a fun vehicle, and it's a road trip. And road trips are fun no matter what. I've done them on press trips and all that. They're never awful, or I haven't experienced an awful one. And all the stories that we've talked about over this year of people trying to race us. It just still boggles my mind. I still get a lot of attention in that car because there's some floating around here now, but not many.
Yeah.
And I think the bummer of that car is that it was a late summer delivery. So I think people here in Middle Tennessee, we don't get the weather you guys do, so we don't have to put our cars up per se. But I think it does hesitate people from wanting to buy one till it warms up again. And but we get a lot of attention with it.
That's gonna be a huge part for a lot of people, because I know I have one customer, Mike. He loves the Mustangs, and like the day he sold his, and I think his was like an 18 or something.
Mhm.
The day he sold his, he was so sad, like beyond sad. But he just couldn't justify the payment and only driving it 6 months out of the year.
Yeah, I have to say this is my first pony car I've ever. Well, let's see. I had a Firebird, but it was a V6 Firebird, so it wasn't as fun as it could be. But this being the first V8 of this version of car that I've owned, it's more fun than I thought it would be. And
Yeah.
I would like to experience the Camaro the same way for a few months, but sadly it's going away for a time. But I think this thing, I like the look of this car. I'm not one of those that kind of like, oh my God, they didn't do anything to it. They just, some new headlights. The way we spec this car with the Night Pony package, so it blacks out the headlights, the dark roof with it, the deep reds with the rapid red that we got. I think there's not a lot I would do to this car. There was this supercharger that Tim Bartz and we were all talking about last week, but if I were to keep this car, yeah, Lan, I couldn't imagine this thing being 800 horsepower. It's fast enough now with 800 horsepower to be ridiculous. But this was a big highlight for the channel this year of buying this car, and people responded to the videos. So I say thank you if you're watching and you watch those videos. Thank you for doing that. And we're going to have some more with it. It's in the shop right now, getting a dent removed that we've talked about. So happy about that. Unhappy that it's how the outcome has to be with that, but that's another time. But the car's been amazing, fun to drive. I will say, you guys up there, as soon as the road temperatures got 80 degrees temperature wise here, those summer tires, you're all over the road with them, man. Forget it. So you guys, I can imagine by end of August, it's probably the fun of it would be gone. But it would be fun to take this car to Woodward next year. That would be a lot of fun. But I don't anticipate having it.
Who knows?
Aly, you guys don't sell many Mustangs, right?
We sell a decent amount. I mean, it's not a huge hot seller for us, but we'll do like 1 or 2 a month.
Okay. I know someone from Ford bought one from you right after I think they got a convertible, if I remember right.
They did.
Yeah, it was a cool looking car. Hopefully he got to enjoy it for a little bit.
He did. There was a couple of really nice days that they were still able to use it. But yeah, he is, I'm not going to mention his name, but
yeah,
he oversees a lot of the Mustang stuff and came in with a flashlight because he just had come out of a quality meeting and he knew exactly what he was looking for. So that's probably one of my funnier stories.
Bring the blacklight out.
He did. I didn't even know he was here. And my manager calls my desk. He goes, "Hey, I think your guy's here." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" As he's out there, like, with a flashlight, like, looking at some of the perfection. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, here we go. And he goes, "Don't worry." He's like, "I'm just taking notes for myself." I'm like, okay. Like just.
Well, I was talking to a friend of ours that does he does hail damage repair on cars. So this is the down season right now, but usually half the year he's gone away from his family because he's out repairing vehicles. And he was like, you would be surprised. Like they have this weird yellow light they can bring in, these guys that do that kind of work.
Yeah.
And he's like, brand new cars. He goes, you'll see dents everywhere with this particular light they can shine on it. He's like, you would be very surprised how many dents we can actually spot with these.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, you gotta think about it. For one, you guys had for my car in particular, because we were early build, you guys had like 3 massive storms come through there. I really expected when it was being delivered, I really did expect like, oh, you're gonna have to send this one back or something. I was just expecting the worst. And honestly, the one little thing about it wasn't going to stop me from wanting to drive and own this car. So I don't blame Ford for that. I just timing.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot of fun with this car. Unfortunately, like I said, it's just getting a couple little, being an early build, it's had just a couple little warranty things that were just not nitpicky, but just some things that you just sort of expect with an early build. And I'll be glad to get that car back. It's been gone a week. And it's a week too long. It's always sad driving up in our driveway and it's not sitting there. It always kind of bums me out a little bit.
See, I've had my Bronco at. Are you good? I've had my Bronco at work since Friday. It's getting some basic maintenance done, and I'm just like, honestly, I'm driving an F-150 right now. I'm like, I'm okay, and I like drove again without it tonight. I'm like, oh, I kind of miss it now. Well, like, and then I had 2 coworkers. They're like, "You're not driving your Bronco?" I'm like, "No, I'm thinking twice about it though."
I had a guy I work with. He's his parents deal with this exotic car dealership, and they do all the. There was some Ferrari they pulled out today, and I don't keep up with that stuff, so I never remember the names of it. But he was getting his car service. He's got an Audi RS5, and it's a fun little car, man. And they do have trucks they sell there, and they had a black trimmer. New, it was a 23 trimmer sitting there, black with that orange accents. And I was like, turn your head, just turn your head, because in my mind I'm going, how long do I need to own the Mustang for? How long do I need to own the Mustang for? I'm sure Aly would love a nice trimmer on trade for a Ranger Raptor, but I'm like, no, just get away, just go away from, because I like the trimmer package so much, man. And when you can get the antimatter blue with that too, with that orange.
Oh, I love antimatter blue.
Nice. Your team just scored. Oh, let's see.
Looks like it's 21-14. They're keeping you up.
Nice. How did it happen to my team?
What are you
doing? That's exciting news. Thank you, guys. I was not expecting that. I can tell you that. What has been some of the highlights for you this year for 23 and Ford, Aly?
Definitely. Super Cel's always top of the list, just because I love. It's just really cool meeting everyone. It's still like, if y'all only knew how high my anxiety was like during that whole event, because it's like, it's so fun like meeting everyone, but like getting pulled in 500 different directions like every 2 seconds, it's kind of a lot. I think Broncos on the Mac was really cool. So we did the first one this year, and
I was very jealous of that, by the way, because I want to see that bridge.
It's so fun. And just like, again, it's the community of people. Like, everyone who you're surrounded with are just like the nicest. Like, that was the second camping trip me and Maya did that this year. And it was cold, but she works as a heated blanket, so it's fine.
It was because that's upper. What time of year was that?
It was in June last year.
So it's still pretty cold in June.
It was, yeah. Some of the nights were a little bit colder. What else was there? I didn't do any Ford event. I didn't do any Friends of Ford event this year. I wasn't invited to any of them. But
my favorite trips are embargo till 12/26. Man, what a tease.
I know. Thanks.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for
I
sharing,
don't
buddy.
know. Bronco takeover at the sand dunes was incredible.
I've got to. The timing's always weird for me on that one because I have to be in Texas, but I so want to go up there to the dunes.
Yeah,
man.
that one was so fun. Gosh,
Because you get like the Chicago Bronco guys come for. I mean,
Yeah,
you get a big crowd there.
yeah, we get everyone. I gotta say, Woodward was amazing with Bronco Nation this year. Going to
I don't want to hear this.
the Paquette plant, which was very cool to see where the Model Ts were built. They did a fantastic job with that. We all had dinner at Ford's garage. People were like yelling tequila and shots. I don't know. Gia would know what they were yelling. There's a lot of stuff going on at dinner. Then we got to see the Ford archives, and they had all the Bronco stuff pulled out, which was so cool to see.
Yeah, that would have been so much fun.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, it was. What else? I feel like I've done so much, and now I'm like drawing a blank. They all kind of just blend together.
Right.
It's like one Bronco trip after another. No, I think that's it. I mean, I would have gone to Super Cel Chicago, but not Chicago, Colorado, but that's when everything happened with Maya, so that was gonna go next year.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Laura, Laura.
Yeah, we got to meet her in fall of 22. I think it was November or whatever. We were up at Holly Oaks.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Laura back then from a Hill of Beans. I was like, she was talking to Kelly and just high energy. And I was like, I was looking for a flag, and I had to get
freaking Energizer Bunny 24/7. I can't keep up.
And I had to. We've seen Aly, I guess, several times and never met Aly. So Aly got the flag mount for us that day, and I was like, I gotta find Aly. And then Laura's a ball of energy, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
So like before all of this, like Dave, Kelly, and I were at least 3 events together.
Yeah,
I've never met each other, have heard of each other, have no idea who they are.
The thing that cracks me up is when you and Kelly did that ladies event last. Was that last?
When we were like 5 people away from each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, there's a picture that Ford just posted that same picture again, and I'm like, well, there's Kelly, there's Aly, there's Becky, there's like I know all these people. Yeah, it's like I've only met like 2 of them.
So funny.
Speaking of which, me and Amy Clouds just became Facebook friends.
Perfect.
I know. So never know.
I love her.
I've been thinking of surprising you ladies one of these nights with since you girls won't set it up, I'm going to set it up on my own and surprise you with guests that pop in. Hi, Maya. What are you doing?
She's like, come on. Do you want to go play? Can we go get a toy? Let's go do something.
Like, is there snow? Is there snow? Oh, that dog was happy with snow the other day.
So this morning there was flurries. It was like just cold enough that it like started turning. She sits in the middle of my driveway as I'm trying to get her back in the house, and she just has her nose like in the air, like.
That's funny. Of course, for us too, me and Kelly got to see the first annual Great Smoky Mountain Stampede, which is the same people that do Bronco and Vaessen. I know. He trusts me. I've talked to Justin about that. He's like, I cannot make. They only get this arena for. Was one opening they could use, and it was
do it the weekend after Jeep.
I don't think anybody would be left over. The Jeep people party it too hard, but this was a lot of fun. Attendance was not where they wanted to be just yet, but honestly, they just didn't get enough advertising out on it. But they're pushing this year. I've seen it everywhere on Facebook. So if you're in that kind of East Tennessee area, the Carolinas and all that, it's for aftermarket once again. It's in nice, cool air conditioning in the building, so you can just chill out or freeze. Me and Kelly froze literally last year. If Mark King's with you, he's probably going to convince you to buy something that you didn't know you needed, like those headlights. But then they have an outside vendors area. They do. There was a car show where they did a best of Bronco something. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but that's a fun time, and me and Kelly had a blast for that. And this is once again, it is August 16th through 17th, so it's 2 days. I think the Jeep one is 3 days, but I think they can justify that a little bit more. But this thanks to the Jeep event that does so well for this guy, it enables them to bring big sponsors in like BF Goodrich, Toyo.
I have to give it to him. He did get huge names. Like, it's absolutely incredible because, like, compared to Woodward, I mean, you're sitting there and you're just watching all the older cars go by and you're literally just hanging out with other Bronco people. Where this event, like, you're buying stuff, there's vendors, there's things for you to try, see, actually feel and touch type of a thing. So
that was the thing for me that made it nice, was to literally get to see parts before I bought them, because the headlight, if I would have just seen our Oracle lights that we put on our Bronco, if I just saw them in the photos, which I'd seen them before, didn't do a thing for me. But literally seeing it on a Bronco in a booth where you could touch them, you could talk. If you had questions, you're literally talking to a human being. And that's the same way for Super Cel. You got vendors there. If you got questions, you can literally talk to people in the industry. So that's one thing I think, if you're new to off-roading, especially, and we do everything Ford, we talk everything Ford here, but this past year has been a lot of off-roading for us. I think it's important for newer people to get to talk to manufacturers and not through email or instant messenger. Like,
for sure. I mean, I'll tell you right now, like, me being able to talk to JJ at Super Cel is why I love that company so much. Is because you actually got to meet the people, put faces to the names, and you create relationships with them. Do you have to go out? Hold on. We'll be right back.
All right. Let's see. Bring up talk about where's it at? I don't have it. Oh, I meant to go to my YouTube channel. Let's see here. But we got a lot. 24 is going to be a fun year, I have a feeling. As long as the economy holds out, I think some manufacturers are really going to throw some fun at us. But so we this year we've opened up ATN Live for YouTube, where a lot of this stuff will eventually go to. We are broadcasting there now. Kelly and I, for some reason, we decided to start Marital Nation, probably because you guys like watching her side eye me in this. We've done that this year, so that's one video up on that. That's fun. But we got to go to Windrock, and I've struggled to get over there. I used to get over to Windrock all the time, and it seems like now that our business is taking off, I don't get to go to Windrock as much. But man, the last trip to Windrock was we've done a lot more extreme stuff there, but it was about as much fun as I can have, because we were with a good group of people. We had Mark King there, we had Jess on Bridal Bronco, we had the Petersons were there, and it was just a lot of fun. It was a small group. That trip was, oh man, I want to do that trip again so badly, because it was just such a chill trip. And let me mute this and we'll bring this up. But just getting to offer the Bronco this year, this was August, I think, is when we got to do this. So the trails were nice and dry. There's those silly headlights that I told you I would not have bought had I not seen them. Getting to put the Bronco to use, understanding here too of it was time to put skid plates on the Bronco, which in turn spent my money with Lifestyle Off-Road. But you can see, that's a Jeep. I know Petersons, we love you to death, but we can't show the Jeeps. But these are the rock stuff we like to do. Kelly having a blast, getting to learn her Bronco more. And I've always bragged about Kelly's off-road skills, and she, like it was nothing. Her skills just came right back to where it was on this trip. So we got to do that. We got to do that twice, because we went in the spring, we went to Windrock, and it was with a very mellow group that we went that time. So we didn't get into too much then, but we got to hang out. I think, I forget who else was with us. I think Mark, I think you were over there. But no, Windrock, Mark, I'm telling you, Windrock's fun. And I've done this trail that I have right here. This is 26. I've done this where there's like 1.5 feet of snow through there, so you don't get to see the boulders that you're driving over and what you're hitting, and it's a whole different set of skills. And then you drive on the other side of the mountain, and it's 70 degrees. Windrock's so much fun. I know we were on a I forget, we had something. I don't know if we were heading out of town. There was something we had to do, is why we couldn't stay very long. Hey, there's Aly.
Hey, we're back.
And all the squeaky toys in the background.
Oh, if you could only see. So this is when she was like coming in and out. I have her Ghost. I have her Llama. I have her Gorilla. And I have this. And the 3 that are back there.
And she's just looking like there's not enough toys here, Mom.
Yes.
Where's all the toys?
Yeah. Oh, Ken's in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to wheel with Ken. I think they sold that Bronco, but we got to wheel with Ken and his wife's Bronco.
I don't remember what Bronco they brought.
It was
there.
a hot pepper red Badlands, if I remember right.
They still have fancy.
But yeah, no, he got to go do more. I forget. Plus, the group, they were just very mellow, and I didn't want to be like, hey, we're going this way, but because it wasn't my event. It was Tennessee Bronco Club did that trip, but it was a lot of fun. We've got to get Aly to Windrock. So, Aly, we gotta get you into some of this stuff. This would be a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure.
Jess was a little intimidated. She's still in here, but she did amazingly. Just slow and easy, and you'll have all the funs. But that was one of the last off-road trips I got to do this year, which is a bummer. I was hoping to get over to Windrock before the wet rainy season is like
Yeah,
we're
I
in
was
right now.
really hoping to get a little bit more in this year, but unfortunately Maya comes first. But
Yeah.
I'm just glad she's doing okay right now. So
I wonder if they're going to do at Super Cel this year, if they're going to do any trail runs. I know it's been kind of a thorn in their side because they get so many that want to sign up for it. And places like this, when you're driving through that, you don't want to be there as a guide. You don't want to be there with 30 vehicles trying to get through all that stuff. So
I know something. It will be announced soon.
All right. More. Look at all you Ford salespeople with your secrets.
Weird.
Yeah, I want to get. Kenneth, I want to get up there so badly. I just till this can be full time, where we can go, and I don't have to worry about in the middle of the week or of my current real job. But we're getting closer every day. So, let's see. There was a Raptor on that trail when we went that year. When the Raptors are funny to me to see on that kind of stuff because I don't feel like they're built for that, but they do it with ease. But those big wide fenders, man, I'm just like, we went through some tight stuff, and I was like, oh, please don't break his fenders. Please don't break his fenders. And Kenneth says hi, Aly.
What up?
What do you guys do any kind of toy drives or anything at the end of the year?
We do for work.
But nothing for your club or anything?
We did last year. We were supposed to this year, and I think there's been some miscommunication with that. Because I know one girl was gonna do it, because like we typically did something with the UAW, and then everything happened with the strike. So like tensions were high. So like I offered Brighton Ford as a spot. But we'll do something next year for sure.
Yeah, nothing like, hey, I know your family might need things, but
yeah, like I know that we did. Oh, Ken just commented it. They did one with Great Lakes Four-Wheel Drive Association this past weekend, but nothing Michigan Bronco Club specific.
Oh, you're 100% on that, Mark. I'll see if I can find that real quick.
Hey, you mean a psycho? Yes.
Yeah, the Raptor wouldn't have made it through this. This was and Jess's fenders hit on this. This is why I love having my back spacing out a lot more. It keeps me away from this stuff. But yeah, you're right, Mark. I didn't even think about it. That Raptor would have, because poor Sydney.
Couldn't you go above though?
No, you cannot go this way. There was a room, but you would have slid off it. You could have rolled. So sometimes it's safer to be in the ruts. The poor Petersons here, their mirror got pushed in.
I love them. They're so nice.
Oh yeah, very nice people. But they're rubbing, and poor Jess. I don't know if you can hear that or not. You'll hear it in just a minute, crunching. Oh, wait. Let me do it where I know you can hear it, because you hear the crunching of Jess's fenders. It's pretty brutal. Let's see. There it is. Come on, don't make a fool out of me. Oh yeah, you can start hearing.
Passenger. Just a
It
fender.
sounds
You're
like
good?
body panels.
Yeah.
Passenger.
Look how the walls. That's right into the side of the vehicle. These are times when you're off-roading, when you're just like, I know for me and Kelly, kind of the like I always say there's assumed risk when you go out. It's just
Oh,
your
you
risk
have
of
to.
damage. And I always kid glove with people that are behind us, especially if it's newer people, because I want them to want to be excited about off-roading and still want to continue to do it and not tear their vehicle up. But sometimes there's obstacles like that where you're just like, well, let's just see what happens to mine first and we'll go from there. And yeah, no, they all went through that with like troopers. But yeah, no, we've had a great 2023. I would like to do more adventures, but I can't say we've gotten to do pretty much what we've wanted to this year. So hopefully 24 is even better for that. Like I said, when you guys like these videos, trust me, as silly as that sounds, it makes a difference when you share these to your local Bronco groups or whoever. Trust me, it makes a world of difference. And I don't say that as somebody because I want to do this full time and like, please, the money. No, it just helps spread our audience out a little bit. So we do appreciate that. Let's see here. What did you guys in the comments? I've seen a few people comments. I know Laura was talking about the her trips to the meeting you this year, because I think Laura was like anywhere you were at, she made sure.
I know I had a little buddy everywhere I went.
I saw that. But she has great attitude when she goes out there. Just seems to have a blast doing it.
No, and I gotta say, like, her confidence level after Off-Roadeo skyrocketed. Like, I always told her she could do it, and I would like encourage her to do sketchy stuff. I'm not always the best example, but she always made it. Like, I told her she'd always make it out and she'd be good. And now she's cruising the dune. She's doing all this stuff. So I am very, very proud of her. It's fun.
Yes. So much. I can hear the way she types. I can hear her saying that too.
Oh, I know.
Gia, I know, has had a hell of a year. I think, was it this year or last year? She had to put a brand new clutch, unfortunately, in hers.
I think last year.
But I've only heard good things from Gia's driving this year. No broken parts.
No, we'll get her a new one though.
Let's see. Laura says she finally made it up Mount Magma. That's good. That's a good confidence builder. That's at Holly Oaks.
Oh yeah, at Holly Oaks. Yep. Yes.
Mobile says, pro tip: fenders are for street legality, so you can take those off. I think by the time it's when I didn't scratch up, and the Petersons went right after us, and I didn't think about the situation of, oh yeah, I have non-Sasquatch fenders on mine, and I have some backspacing. I didn't think about it exactly till it was too late for that poor Bronco. No, that's not me. That's not my noisy mouse. That's Aly.
Sorry.
Aly's over there typing away and clicking. And
I'm sorry. I'm planning Off-Roadeo. I have surprises.
Nice. Well, I'm very jealous of that. When is that coming up?
So it's going to be February 24th. I am trying to get a Bronco ambassador. I'm trying to get Bronco Nation and some other tricks I'm trying. So it's going to be fun.
Bryce says hi, Aly.
Hello.
Let's see. Any other highlights of the year?
I don't want to say a highlight was my dog getting sick, but definitely everyone checking in on her.
Oh, that
It
shows what a strong
like
community.
how freaking amazing this community is.
Yeah, the community raised over $5,000 for you, I believe, to help offset some costs.
Yeah, because I can promise you it is about a lot more than that for all of her stuff. So it's definitely appreciated.
I heard it was double that price, so if not more.
It's about quadruple.
Wow.
After everything will be said and done, because she needs another MRI, and they're about $4 to $5 grand. So
Man.
yeah, it's she'll need another. I think in February. I think, but we'll see how she does. We'll see how she does. So.
Hey, Nat watches back. I have one Nat floating around here for some reason.
Oh, good. Nat TV is back, guys. Just
well, you see this little glow over here. I turned the bug light back on. I'm like, we got rid of all of them.
I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I did so much more. I don't know.
Well, you were in the middle of buying a house, remodeling a house.
Oh yeah, we're still doing that. It's just it's just always, it's not gonna end. So
did you do the Tail of the Dragon this year?
At Super Cel I did, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a highlight for me.
Fun.
As long as I've lived over here, I've never got to drive that. And I was supposed to drive it this fall, and that press event fell through. Killed me because Nissan was going to give me a sports car and like, here, go have fun. I
thought it was so funny because like Maya she drives with me. Like if I'm whipping donuts in my car, realistically Maya's in the back. Like this dog is like always with me. She handled Tail of the Dragon like a champ.
Nice.
And then you had Casey, who is you'll see him at a lot of Bronco events through Bronco Nation. And he's a Michigan Bronco Club member. I just remember going through the pictures and him holding his dog out the window because she started puking.
Oh, no.
So, like, how they take pictures and stuff, he's literally holding his dog out.
Like that picture above your head, that'd be great. You see a dog and just it kind of like protruding everywhere.
Yes. So that one was really funny. No, as crazy as Bronco Super Cel was this year, I think next year, if you don't have like something booked already, like it may be too late.
Well, luckily Pigeon Forge isn't too far away, so there's usually
true.
But if you want to be near all the fun and the early mornings where you're walking through wet grass, I'm really selling it hard here. But no, like yeah, but
it's like the best part though.
Oh yeah, and if you do any kind of content creation, man, there's lots to talk to people.
Yeah, you got to be there early.
Aly does. I know she had a bunch of little shorts that you had done then, and all kinds of fun stuff. And then Jordan, I don't think Jordan. Oh, we hadn't seen Jordan in a while, but Bronco Nation's usually there.
I know Jordan's moving right now.
Moving now? Where is he going?
I think just a new apartment. I had to call him the other day because I had a Bronco Nation question of how to word. Because like I don't want to get them in trouble, and like I don't want to like give off like misinformation. Right. So I wanted him to just clarify, like, am I saying this right? Where I won't like push any buttons. So.
Well, but they do. I know they did a live stream last year that I wasn't invited to, by the way. Which I think I'm too much of a loose cannon for Jordan. Like ATN won't get that invite, or maybe Kelly would. I'm not going to.
I think it's because of Ford.
oh, probably 100%. Which I've been a thorn in their side at times. So
the way we all talk after this show, I don't think it can be on a Ford show.
Hey, this is a Ford show. Well, not officially a Ford show, but
exactly.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. I'll sneak Kelly on there, and then I'll text her and be like, "Say something wrong. Just say something wrong."
No.
Oh man. Well, that's kind of been the year. I've had a blast this year. I wish Kelly could be up here. She's just not feeling great right now. And I know I know Windrock would be a highlight for Kelly for sure because she loves to go off-roading. Having our daughter out there with us this year. Our daughter's been on more adventures with us this year than she ever has, and she's bugged us to go. And some of the press events, I'm like, look, you just can't go to those. But the ones the Windrock stuff, and she had a lot of fun, and she actually helped record some of the videos for us. So that's free labor. That's what I'm saying. Basically, that's money in daddy's pocket. But no, she's had a blast with us and having fun with her to that. Cause my son would go with us, but he was never into off-roading. Like he would go, but he was just like, he would get car sick in the back. That was the extent of him going off-roading. So we've had a good family year with it, good Bronco year, and look for more. Hopefully we see a Ranger Raptor in the driveway in the next 6 months. Past that,
Fingers crossed.
you know, who knows? I know some future vehicles planned that this channel may or may not like, but I know there's some plans for some other vehicles. And if you're new to the channel, on Saturdays, I tend to do live streams on Saturdays of mid-size trucks. So if you're interested in the mid-size truck news segment, try to bring on some auto journalists. Right now, it's been my buddy Tim Esterthal with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Has been co-hosting those with me, and I greatly appreciate that. And he was trashing Tesla this week, and I was trying to defend Tesla this week. So there's a Tesla video on the channel you may want to check out. Because I don't actually, Aly, I'm amazed. I'm sure you can't get away from Cybertruck. I mean, most people don't like the way it looks, which is that Tesla doesn't care. But in my field,
honest, like I do not have a lot of people coming like in the dealership either comparing or even talking about it. Like no one cares.
Yeah, no, I don't think right now EV in general nobody cares too much. I mean, you only have to look at the sales. I asked Laura the other day if she sold a Mach-E. And I asked her if she had to give it away to get rid of it, and there was no comment. But she said he was happy with the deal he received. But I think EV in general. But I'm amazed in my industry. I'll talk to journalists, and there's some private chat groups going on. And dude, these people just hate that vehicle with a passion. I'm like, look, man, there's something for everybody.
Hey, my manager says there's an ass for every seat.
There is. Whether what brand that you're in, there's somebody that likes stupid stuff, and that vehicle is probably just right for them. But so guys, this is the last one of the year, unless there's some breaking news or something like that were to happen as far as live streaming. This will probably be it. So Aly, thank you. You've been on a whole year now, like officially just the whole year. We appreciate Aly coming on with us every week because we're a pain in her ass, trust me. Once I ever find out I have a VIN for a Ranger Raptor, she's gonna block my phone number. I guarantee you. But it's
just Facebook chat.
It'd be exciting times. Kelly, ask her. But
honestly, I think Kelly's gonna kill you before I do, though.
Well, because she's embarrassed for me, you know. Just leave Aly alone. I'm like, I'm nice compared to when we were selling houses. I wore my poor realtor out because you're dealing with my money, and close to $500,000. I'm like, we're not playing nice. We're not here to be friends. We're here to make deals. But no, cars I don't care about. And this truck, I can't wait to do it, but my life will not end if it's not in my driveway in 6 months. I'll be heartbroken, but not.
It'll end in 7, everyone.
Probably. Ford does watch this. They're like, all right, let's make sure that guy doesn't get one until everybody else has one.
David Boyd not getting it off VIP. Okay, gotta go.
No VIP orders. Remember that.
That's so funny.
But
no, I love it. I love talking to everybody. It's kind of crazy that it's been a year.
Well, it's over a year for you, really, but officially the whole year now.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely something I look forward to, especially talking to people and just hearing some of what you have to say. Some of it's annoying, but
it's all right.
You're going to get everyone's opinions on it. But again, it's the dealer side of me. If I wasn't at a dealer, I'd have the same comments that people do. But and I'm sure Tim can agree, there's certain sides we can't talk about. There's a lot we can't do and things like that. So it's you guys think you know everything, but only if you knew what our job entailed. No. So is what it is.
Well, M. Peugeot's in the house. Welcome in, sir. Right at the end. We appreciate you joining in. Guys, thank you once again for all the support this year. You've helped the channel grow immensely, and we greatly appreciate that. Once again, if Kelly was here, she would tell you guys the same thing. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or these bad mother effing Fords that we like to talk about, we drive. Well, most of us drive, some of us don't. But this has been your Ford Talk Live presented by White Knuckle Off-Road Products, and we are what, Aly?
I was gonna say happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays.
out.
Peace, everybody. We're out. Peace.